Hey everyone, so this will be a quick tutorial on the basic polygon modeling tools used in Maya. So I'll start right from the beginning, and the first step is to set up our project folder. Now this is where all our assets will be going. Click File, Project Window, click on New, name the folder something relevant to your project. In this case, I'm naming it CAN Model, and we'll remove some of these folders that we don't need. And click Accept. Okay, now we want to copy our reference images into our folder, which is found in Documents, Maya, Projects, CAN Model, under the Source Images folder. Once they're in there, we need to load them up in Maya using image planes. To do that, click on Create Free Image Plane, select the image plane, and open up the attribute editor, and we'll find a folder icon where we can load our image. So click on that folder and select your reference image. And I'll just move that image plane to the side, and I'll create one more for the top image reference. Now we need to rotate this image 9 degrees. We can try rotating this with the rotate tool by hand, but you can also input precise angles in the channel box. Click the channel box tab on the side, and in the rotate X section, type in -90 degrees. We can also change the transparency of the images by selecting an image, and in the attribute editor, select the alpha gain slider left or right to change the transparency. To make this easier to model, I want to set my images to the center of the scene. So the center line is going through the middle of the can. I also need to check that the images are the same width. I just move them closer together to check that the sides of the cans are touching, so I know that they are the same width. And I'll center this top image so the grid lines cut across the middle of the reference. So now we can start modeling. First, we'll start with a basic cylinder and then slowly change its shape to look like the soda can. I'll scale the cylinder up to match the reference image. I can also change the size of the cylinder by moving vertices, holding right click and selecting vertex in the pop-up menu. Now to create the top section of the can, I'm going to extrude out the top faces. So in face mode, I select the faces, but also deselecting any faces that I don't want to extrude. Now in the extrude tool, I can change some of the settings. Thickness will change the height of the extrusion. Changing the offset will make the extrusion bigger or smaller. So I'll keep those faces selected and extrude again to create the top metal lip. I'm zooming in closer to help guide me on how high I need to make the extrusion. I'm going to select these faces and extrude outwards to create some thickness to the top part. Now I'll do the same thing with the bottom. Select those faces and extrude down, and also scale inwards. I'll do that one more time since there are two sections to the bottom of the can. Once that's done, I also want to start adding more detail to the bottom part. And if we look closely, there are some rounded edges here and here. To do that, we'll need to split the polygon face so we have more edges and vertices to move around. We can go into our edge mode under Mesh Tools, Insert Edge Loop. Click to where you want to insert your new edge. Now we can scale this edge out to fit more closely to the reference. And we'll repeat the process again for the next section as well. So at this stage, we have a basic soda can modeled. We can now continue to add more detail to this model by using the extrude tool and then adjusting the edges, faces, and vertices.